Every website is unique, but they all need to have a contact page, an easy to understand header and menu system, and a footer. So in this video, the last of our WordPress beginners tutorial for 2020, those are the 3 things that we'll be finishing for our pet sitting business website. Hi, I'm SuzyWeb. So let's jump over to the dashboard and let's get techable. In this video, we're going to finish off this website. So the things that we're going to focus on is we're going to redo this entire header at the top, and we're going to be looking at the contact page and also down at the footer. So first, let's go to the contact page, show you what I mean. Now, I've gone ahead and put in some of the text because we already learned how to do that in the last 2 videos. So I've just replaced the text that was there with something that's more in keeping with what, we want to say, and to make this website one that we would use and make it our own, and certainly not have make-believe text. And so I've just replaced this section here. We look forward to being your pet care provider when you need assistance. And then I've just changed the Google map. And if I go into the Elementor setting, I can show you how that looks. So again, this is a section, this is a column, and then this is the widget. If I look at the widget, I can see it's Google Maps. And all I did was I put the location name in there, Lindsay, Ontario. And then I've set the zoom, and that's this feature here. So it will zoom in and out at 15%. And then I've made the map 545 pixels high, but let's change it to 500. There we go. Now you can see how that works. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, and we've done these already. Just a reminder, this is a section, and then the blue outlines the section. And then within this section, we've dragged in a inner section, and then we've got a column, 2 columns, and then in the smaller ones in the columns are the widgets, Elementor widgets. And then down here, I just again replaced the text with tell us about your pet. And I changed some of the content that was already on this form. Rather than, so what is your name? I changed it to a friendlier conversation, tell us your name. And just basically changed these text fields in this form, which is over here in the WP forms. So I'll go into that section next to show you where that is. Okay, so we'll update that page, even though I didn't. Well, yes, I changed the Google map. And now we're going to go over to again here on the left. This is where we go back to get to the exit to the dashboard. Right? And now we're looking for WP forms. Go to all forms, and of course there's only one there. It's named inquiry. We're going to open it up. And so here it is here. And simply all I did was I clicked on the field, and then on the left it gives you the options. So tell us your name, simple, and then down here in the advanced options, you can size it, like you could make it small if you think they have a small name. Usually medium is a good size. Tell us your pet's name. If I clicked on that, could maybe make that one small. It's not likely to have a long name. And what kind of pet? This is an option field. And so what kind of pet do you have? I renamed what it was called. And then if I wanted to add another option, I would click the plus sign here. And then I might write kitten, but I don't think we really need that. So I'm going to remove that. But that's how you would do it. You could just simply, if you were somebody who knew how to take care of parrots, you could, add that as an option. That would be really cool. And again, these settings are the size and the placeholder text. Okay, that's pretty easy to figure out. And then what phone number, I just simply, again, change the text. And then save that. And then field options, just, again, this takes you to the options. If you want to see all fields, this is where, like, if you wanted to have check boxes, like for this one here with the options, that's an option one, like a multiple choice, drop down, and we could have some for their email, I guess. That might be a good idea. So let's see now. How about here? Email. So then we're going to say, tell us your email. All right. I'm just realizing don't really need a question mark here anymore, do we? Tell us your name. Tell us the name of your pet. What kind of pet? Tell us this, tell us that. Tell us your email. And that would be required. And then that's all fine. So that makes sense. Okay. So I like that. Save that. Now if we look at the settings. So notification, it's on. So now this is where you would put in like send to email address. And if you read the little question mark, it tells you enter the email address to receive form entry. Okay, so for example, if your email address was myself@myself.com, that's what you would put in there. And then you would know, we would probably name this to Pet Pals. Then when you get a notification, you know what website it came from. Okay, and the confirmation, once the person has submitted their information, this is the confirmation that they would get afterwards, basically saying thanks for sending us your information, right? So we can save that, and now it will be completely updated on the page. And if we go back to the contact page, we will now see that it's asking for an email address, and it didn't have that before. See, tells your email address. Okay, so that's all done now. So that's great. Then now let's take a look at the header. So now what we're going to do is we're going to redo the header at the top of the website. And to do that, we're going to use the Elementor Pro template feature. So now in the templates, you can go down to Theme Builder. And the Theme Builder is really kind of good. It gives you the ability to make templates in kind of structural places like the header or the footer, archive. If you had, an e-commerce website, that would be like your catalog of products. So in this case, we're going to make a header. And it's going to be our first header. And we're going to call this Pet Pals. Oh, there, we can use that. Pet Pals header. Create the template. And there are some ones we could pull in as examples. Of course, we're not going to do that because I'm going to show you how to make it your own. Okay, so we go here to add a section. And I think we'll use 3 because we're going to make our logo, then the navigation, and then a contact button. And so for here, you could pull in the site logo, but I tend to use an image instead. It's just a preference. And I've just pulled that in to make it smaller. And I'm going to make this about 20. And that's the column width. Because I'm going to make this, say, 60. And then that will leave this another 20. Close enough. Okay, and so then the image I'm going to use is this, change the logo. You can't see it at the moment, but it does over here. You can see it's the white where it says Pet Pals. So that's okay. And then over here in the link, I'm going to put custom link, and I'm going to copy this is our fresh start because it's on the local by Flywheel at the moment. But then that will make it so that whatever page you're on, if they click on the logo, they would go back to the, oh, I didn't want that yet. They would go back to the home page. Now I'm going up here again to choose my Elementor widgets, and I want the navigation menu. So pull that in. Okay, and see how it just brings in whatever menu is previously set up. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure in the column setting here, I'm going to make it so that it's in the middle. So the content will be, in the middle of the boxed area. And the same on this one, so that the words will, come down and be nicely aligned. And then over here in the editing of the actual nav Elementor widget, I'm going to set the text where the words end over to the right. Okay. And then here I'm going to make a button. So I'll just pull in a button. Okay. Again, I'm going to make it so that it's in the middle. Okay. And then now I'll edit in here in the widget, make that actually really in the middle. And this is going to go to our contact page. I don't think I wrote that in there, no. Well, I think what I could do is this, and then add contact. Might work, because I think that was all I called the page. So that should work in theory. And we're going to style it. We'll make the text white. Right? We'll make the button the nice orangey yellow we've been using. And then for the hover, we'll make the text white. And we'll make the background, I don't know, something different. That would definitely be different. Maybe too different. Yeah, that's kind of nice. All right. And then I like to have a little bit of movement, so I usually just use float. Don't like to overdo the, movement things. But that's nice. Because then if you click on it, something's going to happen. And when they click here, they're going to end up on the contact page to get that form. So we want it to say, we're going to name it here in the text, get in touch. Right? And okay. And then now what we're going to do, click here on the section again, edit section. And then now we're going to go to the style. And then down here you'll see background types. We're going to go with classic because we just want to put that brown color behind it. Like that. Okay, so we've done that. Good. And the only thing I might do is I might put a little bit of padding in the top just to pull it down just a little bit. And then now these, just want to check the style here on the text color is going to be this orangey yellow. Hover. Text color, what color do we want that to be? Well, we'll make it white. So when you hover on it, it turns white. Okay. Pointer color. I guess we could make that white again, so when you click on it, it goes white. That would do. Okay, and the pointer width, well, I think that's fine. And okay, I think that looks pretty good. We publish that. And then now in the Elementor Pro templates, you can add a condition. So you can say, where do you want this to display? And so we're going to say the entire website. Now, of course, you could, if you wanted to make it on, if you were maybe just making a header for your store, then you would do it on the archives. But in this case, we're just going to set the one header on the entire website. Okay, so then that should be all in place. So edit to the dashboard. And now we're going to go back here and have a look at the site. And we'll do a refresh. Oops, a little lighter brown. I think that's not bad though. Click on the About. Then it looks nice on this page. Yeah. And if we click here on the Pet Pals, it should take us back home, and it does. Okay, I think that's pretty nice. Alright, so then now we're going to jump down here to the footer area. And you can see we've already put in sort of a basic footer. But in the Astra site, the Astra starter site rather, in this particular theme, they have added a template for a it's like a before the header, or footer rather, before the footer. And so you can see there's this nice little dog hanging over the top here, and their logo, and an email address, and I don't think I would put a phone number at this point till we know one, and an individual may not want that anyways. Here's our social icons. If we had some to put in, we would click on there. Then you can see over here in the widget, you simply have to add your Facebook link. So then that would take any visitor to that link. And this is just a menu, edit icons. Funny how they did that. Anyways, that's how they've done it on this particular starter site system. But I think we should put another animal in here. We need a cat. So, and you can see here what they've done. It's you don't see the whole animal, because if you look, click on the edit and go to the advanced, they've put a minus the margin, because then that pulls the image up. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to add a cat. So here we go. Here, find the kitty cat that I made. And it too has a transparent, so you'll be able to, gives the effect that it's hanging over. So, and now we're going to minus, and we can watch it jump up. It's not likely to be the same, because it may not be, it's not exactly the same position as the dog. So we'll just have to kind of watch this, see how that works. 264, let's try 265. And then now if I click over here on the very bottom left before the publish, I can check the preview. That will show me, no, there we go. See, she's a little bit high, so I'll bring her down a little bit. So let's try 260. See how that works. Hard. Well, I think it's better. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so we're going to leave it at 260, and then we're going to publish this. And now this is a little bit different than the Astra, the Elementor template, but I'll explain why. If you look here on the site footer in this Astra, because this is now Astra. So what type of template? Well, we're placing it before the footer. You could just make it be the footer, but they've made it as a section that goes above the footer. So I think I like that, and I'll just leave it there. Where do you want it to display? Well, you could display it on just certain pages. You could have it just on your blog. You know, there's lots of options here. But we'll just put it on the entire website. Okay, and the user role, well, that's fine. This would be something like if, for example, you had a footer on pages that were just meant for members, then they would be people who were logged in. Okay, Okay, but this is just a pretty straightforward website, so we don't need that. So we're going to update that. And then now if we have a look at our website, we should see at the bottom the little dog and cat. And there they are. I think that looks pretty cute. And all of this could of course change depending on what you or your client who wants this website would want. So we've got the headers fixed, the footers fixed, and the about and the services contact, get in touch. So I think we're in pretty good shape here. I think we're about done this website. Now the only other thing that you would do is you would need to put in some SEO, that's search engine optimization, and that would require another plugin that I may bring into another video for you. But for now, what we have accomplished is we have used Local by Flywheel as our platform, because we're not really live on the website. This is actually being built on my own computer. So that's Local by Flywheel. And then we've used the Astra theme, but then we brought in an Astra starter site because a lot of the features were already made for us. So that means that really is a big time saver. And then we can customize it and make things how we want it. And then we've used Elementor, and Elementor is a page builder that lets us easily, customize sections and certain areas with different tools. So those are the things that we've used, and in a matter of a couple hours, we will have made a complete website. Well, as they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap for this video series. And if you've made it through to the 4th video, congratulations. You now have a basic understanding of how to make a website with WordPress. I'm SuzyWeb, and if you've enjoyed this series, please remember to give me a like down below, and remember to subscribe so that you can be notified of new videos. So I'll be making more easy learning tutorials about WordPress so that we can all get techable.